श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। सद्गुरु श्री साईनाथ निशरत बाबूजी की जय। रोज पेटल्स वॉल्यूम 1 चैप्टर 12 Namaskar. Namaskar means na ma or no me plus askara or scope. So it means no scope for me or mine. A state where there is no scope for me or mine is Namaskar. Not, did that fellow do Namaskar to me? Or, he hasn't done Namaskar to me today. That is quite the opposite of Namaskar. Do we not pray that our ego, our sense of me and mine, should be crushed under the feet of the Sadguru? So every time we do Namaskar, the emotion and feeling of humility should come, and these should be strengthened to enliven the experience of Namaskar. That is the ritual purpose behind doing Namaskar, Pada Namaskar, or Sashtanga Namaskar, whatever form of Namaskar you do. Devotee. What are the different Namaskars you mention? Guruji. Anjali Namaskar is touching the palms together in front of the heart. Pada Namaskar is touching the feet of a respected or holy person. Sashtanga Namaskar is touching all 8 parts of the body to the ground, so no part is elevated, not only the head, but all parts of the body are flat. As in English they say, he fell flat in front of him. It means nothing remains of his pride because everything has gone. That is what is wanted, but in a positive way. And once we want this humility, once we have that desire, where is the question of how many times? Actually, it should be done perpetually so one is in perpetual namaskar. That is why the Muslims, when they do namaz, they put a piece of cloth on their heads to symbolize their being under their God, Allah, whose divinity is above their heads. That is also why Baba wears a turban, for the same reason. Devotee. They put something on the head? Guruji. Yes, some covering to make them feel humble. That is why while doing namaz, they cover the head. And a fakir is one who is perpetually doing namaz, not only 4 or 5 times a day, but he is always in the state of namaz, so he always keeps his head covered. Devotee. All of us eagerly look forward to doing Pada Namaskar. We think if only we could get the chance, we wouldn't miss that opportunity. But what is the importance of Pada Namaskar? How does it help our devotion? And how frequently is it needed? Could you please explain this? Guruji. Actually, the meaning behind the custom of bowing down is to bring the highest part of our body, the head, to the lowest point. Lowest, that is, to what level? To the feet of the Sadguru. We do this to show that before him we are at our lowest, our most humble. So we bring the highest part of our body to the lowest part of the Sadguru, his feet. That is how the custom came of placing your head on his feet, touching them, and as long as you have the need to put your head at the Sadguru's feet, as long as that need is there, you should do it as often as possible. It should be there perpetually. In fact, it is not how often, it should be there always. These gestures are only to help make our awareness of this clearer and clearer. That is the purpose of all rituals. One time enough. No, it is only to create that awareness, to make it more and more. That's all. That is the only meaning of it. Actually, the real namaskar is the awareness that Baba's feet are always on our heads. Doing it outwardly is only a dramatization of that inner experience. All rituals are like this. Referring to a question asked in Telugu, Guruji says he is asking if he has to do namaskar every time he sees Baba's photo. The solution to avoid doing namaskar to Baba's photo is to do it perpetually, even if you don't see Baba's photo. If you are always doing namaskar in your heart, there is no need to do it outwardly. So always be in a perpetual state of namaskar, then only the outward expression is not needed. Otherwise, you should do it. I do it. There is nothing wrong in it. When you see your boss in the office and he walks towards you, you say, Namaste, sir. Don't you say it? We don't feel ashamed to do that. Only with Baba do we have a problem. Many people who are aspiring to so called spiritual realization say that we have to empty ourselves of all our thoughts, all our emotions, all the samskaras, all the vasanas. We should be clean. We should be so empty. We have a vague idea of the positive side of emptiness, but we don't like it. In fact, we can't face it. That is the dichotomy. That is the paradox. So, first, we should know what emptiness is. That is why I don't use the word emptiness. I always use fulfillment. We have to be filled. With what? With bliss, with happiness, with contentment. But there should be space. We are so empty, but we don't allow anything inside. How? It is just like a container. You take a container. In the bathroom, you can all experiment. Just take a container and put it upside down in a bucket of water. Just at the vertical, 90 degrees. Even though the vessel is empty, not a drop of water will enter. Why? It is empty. To our thinking, it is empty, but it is too upright. So then, if we tilt it just a little bit, just 1 degree, the water will come in. And again, 1 degree more water. 1 degree more water. After some time, there is no need for you to tilt it more because the water gushes in and the rest of it fills itself. We are like vessels put topsy-turvy into these great waters of grace and bliss. That is what Baba sometimes said, that we are all pots with our mouths upside down. When I think of people, exactly that simile comes to mind, why he said it. We are all like empty pots, but we are totally upside down. And if he wants to pour something into us, no, we don't allow it. We are too rigid, so nothing can get in. And what we have to do, the effort we all have to make, is just to tilt 4 or 5 degrees and the rest will be taken care of. The whole problem comes with that 4 or 5 degrees only. Devotee. But do we have to do this, Guruji? Tilt 4 or 5 degrees? How can we do that? Guruji. If you are not afraid of emptiness and you realize that you are a pot upside down, placed in the ocean of grace, then there is no need to do anything. It will be taken care of. The problem is we are complaining, we are empty, nothing is coming inside. We've been here so long, just like this, with great difficulty in the ocean. Still we are empty. Are we empty? No, we are full of gas, but we don't like the gas. Just tilt it, then the bubbles will come, blub, blub, blub. These are your spiritual experiences. Devotee. But how can we tilt ourselves? Guruji. I told you, if you are aware that you are a vessel, you will be tilted. The pressure which is trying to rush in cannot be kept out for a long time. When you are aware, suddenly the vessel turns and you are finished. But you are holding on to your vessel with effort and asking, complaining, nothing. No water is getting in. Holding it like that, how can the water come in? The water is powerless. After some time, when you tire of holding it like that, then the water will come in. When you are powerless to hold yourself upright anymore. That's why we have to experience that sense of helplessness and powerlessness just so we can be tilted a little and bend. And that is what happens when you prostrate before Baba. You are bending, just tilting your vessel. Remember that, just 1 degree more, then the water of grace pours in. That is Namaskar. Not this bending here, coming and bending before me. I always wish that you bend your vessel, that you tilt it just a little bit more. श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। सद्गुरु श्री साईनाथ शरद बाबू जी की जय।